Welcome to Polymer Solutions. Today we have a brand new gun from Sig. It's called the Switchblade. And I have to say, I would like to see every Sig rifle, pistol, whatever, come out with this lower receiver. This is Sig's first fully ambidextrous lower receiver for their M400 platform. And it works out really, really nice. Basically what we have here is a pistol. We have the mag pull pistol brace we have on the back here, which is adjustable. 6 positions. And we look at the charging handle. We have an ambidextrous charging handle. And now we're really going to get into the parts that really make this thing really cool. Starting off with the rear. Now this pistol grip is very similar to that of the Rattler, if not identical. Only thing I don't like about it, because my hands are big, I lose too much of the grip on here, and I find it relatively uncomfortable. But for somebody who wants something compact, I imagine that's fine. Fully ambidextrous safety, right, left-hand side. We have an oversized magazine release, which is really, really nice. And that's right side as well as your left side. And this is what makes it new. We have an ambidextrous bolt catch and release. Now, for the catch, push upward, locks it open. Push down, releases. And of course, we have our standard ping pong paddle on the left-hand side. If you also look at the left-hand side, you'll see we have a much larger button on the left-hand side for the MB magazine release, and we have a longer bottom on the bolt catch, which makes it much easier to operate than anything else that's out there, the standard. Now, you'll also see where you have a lot of material that's been removed out of here. And that's to make this pistol much lighter. Looking at the upper receiver, again, your standard forward assist. Now, this is a internal piston, so we have a standard bolt carrier group. Open that up. We have a standard M16 type bolt carrier group. Now we look inside the lower receiver. Taking a look at the lower receiver, you can see how we have the bolt catch. It's all one piece new. It's cut inside there. Now we have a standard GI type trigger. This one was around 7 pounds. It's actually a quite nice trigger on this thing. It's a 2-stage trigger, unlike the standard mil spec. So you do have a little bit of take up, but then when you have the brake, it's quite nice. The ambi safeties. And again, as we can see, the magazine release on the left-hand side, right side, lightweight. Utilizing Sig's gray finish. And we'll take a look at the upper receiver. Again, we have Sig's ambidextrous charging handle. We have also an aluminum free-floating handguard, which is Mloc. Now, added to this, I have put some of the Manta rail protectors, which we have a code for. It's a BAR20, and it recently was changed. And you get 20% off of all Manta products. And these work out very well for you being able to hold on to it. We also added one Mloc rail panel on here as well, just so you can add a flashlight to it. Barrel is carbon steel nitride, 1 7-inch twist. So with this type of a pistol, with this length barrel, you can use the Mark II.62 ammunition, which is what I would recommend as a defense round in this because it's not yaw dependent. It will fire any ammunition that you so choose. You do have M4 feed ramps, and overall quality, this is excellent. There's absolutely nothing I can really ding it on at all. When you do have it together, you do have basically in the back to keep everything tight, you do have yourself a AccuWedge, black AccuWedge. We have a Romeo 4S optic on here. Now, this does not come with the gun, but this is an ideal optic for this gun. You have solar panels on top of here as well. CR2032 battery on here, and you have adjustable for up and down as well. Now, one of the neat things about this is on your lower settings, you can get up to 100,000 hours of life. Now, we see that all the time, up to 100,000 hours of life. But however, anybody who uses these things in the real world, I change my batteries out fairly regularly, at least every couple months, especially if you're going to be leaving it on. It does have lens caps on here. We have a 2 MOA circle dot on here, which is ideal. Now, it does not come with an optic and it does not come with backup sights. You can choose whatever backup sights you would like. The way this particular optic is on here, if you were to put backup sights on here and engage them, you would have co-witness on them. So it does come with one PMag. I have the Lancer here. Stig's has gone through a couple different magazines. There's one time they were using Lancer, now they're using Magpul again. So it just depends on which, whatever you get. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the range and we're going to see how this shoots. Now, I was engaging 100 yards with a steel target with absolutely no problem. This thing was dinging them all day long. With an 11.5-inch barrel with good ammunition, you definitely had no problem reaching out to at least 200 yards, maybe a little bit further. You do lose quite a bit of velocity. So now we want to talk a little bit about ammunition. When you're looking at a barrel that's short like this, you want to be careful what ammunition that you would choose for a self-defense cartridge. A lot of the high performance, the hollow points and soft points, you will not have enough velocity on those to make them do a lot of damage because you don't have the velocity what they need to make them work. You want to go with a round that's not going to be yaw dependent and it's going to still open up when it hits a soft target. I look at these the same way I do the Mark 18s, the same way SOCOM looked at them. The best cartridges you can find out there is a 77 or 68 grain OTM. The OTM, because of its shape and because of the way that it is, this ballistics on it, when this strikes, it will strike and it's not yaw dependent. It will yaw at a short distance. It will come apart. It will do tissue damage and it will do what it's supposed to do. In the case of a small gun like this, you do want a bullet that's going to come apart. You don't want one that's going to go right through. And that's one of the things you generally get with these short barrels. So I would definitely recommend you taking a look at these 69 grain, 68 grain, or 77 grain OTMs as a defense round. For target shooting, it'll shoot anything. Recoil is relatively light. I was surprised to see a standard buffer in here. I would have expected to see, maybe at least an H in here, but we didn't have any accuracy or reliability issues with either one. One thing I will have to say for SIG, and anybody has to, they're constantly innovating. They're constantly coming out with new models, and they're improving on themselves. This, to me, here is what every SIG 400 should be. I would love to see this on everything that they do. Having this particular ambidextrous bolt catch, I'd love to see that applied to the MPX and even the MCX. The MPX has a bolt release only. You have to gauge it from the left-hand side, where this one here is left and right. I love to see this on the MPX and the MCX. And the way they have got the machining taken down, where some of the weight on here. That's another thing that I think they did that was excellent, and with their own line of optics. SIG has definitely proven to be themselves as a company to beat with their military contracts they've been getting for their pistols. They sold a lot of their MCXs, MPXs throughout the world, and their work on the new 6mm project. They're very much innovating, and they're constantly updating, which is what's going to keep this company live and vibrant for many, many years to come. So I hope you all enjoy this video. If you do, please click like, please subscribe, even better, share. Thank you.